Hey, what's going on everyone, this is iReviews back with another video, and today we're talking about one of the most important things on your iPhone, and that of course is the battery. Now when picking up a new phone, one of the main things that you're looking for is battery. How good is battery life on that iPhone? And of course, that should be one of the main things you're looking for when purchasing a new phone. But of course, once you have a new phone, you have to keep that battery healthy so that it will last way longer on the long run. So in this video, I will show you guys a mistake that most of us do, and that is charging the iPhone to 100%. Now that's one thing you should never do on your iPhone, and let me tell you why. Alright, so what we're talking about here are facts regarding the lithium batteries that are on today's iPhones. Now, of course, in a perfect world, your iPhone's battery should stay between 20 and 80%. So don't charge it over 80% and don't let it fall down under 20%. Like if I go right here to the settings of my battery, you can see here the charge. Now that is bad right there. Don't let it go to the red spot. Just charge it like when it's like at 30 or maybe even 40, and do that a few times a day. Don't let your iPhone die down and then charge to 100% for one time. That will be very, very bad for the battery of your iPhone. Now, one thing you can do to do that automatically is of course always have optimized battery charging enabled. Now during the day, if you plug in your iPhone, you might notice that it won't charge over 80% even if you leave it for a longer time on the charger. That of course is the main thing that it does. It will prevent the battery from charging to 100% during the day, because your iPhone knows that you don't need more than that battery during the day so that it won't charge to 100%, which actually harms the battery of your iPhone. Now a study from the Battery University, which I will leave linked right down below in the description of the video, shows that the best thing you can do to your iPhone's battery is keep it between 65 and 75% charged at all times. Of course, that's impossible, but that's the best range of charge that the lithium battery requires. Of course, that is not possible, and even nowadays you're all day probably at work or stuff like that, you cannot do that. No one can do that. But of course, there is also 45 to 75%. That of course, again, according to Battery University. And according to Battery University, you should never do this right here. You can see what I did. I just let the battery go like to 15%, I believe it was, and then charge it to 100. That will harm the battery. Of course, just charging from a very, very low charge to 100% will reduce the capacity and shorten the lifespan of your iPhone's battery. All this, of course, according to Battery University. Also, according to Battery University, lithium-ion batteries are not required to be fully charged, and it's not even desirable to do so. In fact, it is better to not fully charge the batteries. According to them, high voltage will stress out the battery, and that of course will wear it out on the long run, and of course shorten the lifespan of your iPhone's battery. Now, what I do usually, I just work on the laptop here on my Mac. I just plug in my device to charge every time I sit down. I usually charge it like a few times a day, and that is even better for the battery. Most people think that you have to let it like drain down and then charge it up to 100%. I usually charge it like 5 or 6 times a day for like 10%, 15% or so, and I have a really great battery life and of course great battery health as well. This is a device that I have purchased like 6 or 7 months ago. You can see right now the battery health is at 100%. That's because I don't let the battery go down as low as 30, maybe not even like 35% all the time I'm charging it. Of course, like on short periods of time, like 15, maybe 20%, and so my battery is on really good shape, and that's what you should do as well. Another really bad thing you can do to your battery is use it while it's charged at 100% and it's warm. So of course you can use your battery while it's charging, but not when it's at 100%. So you have your device plugged in it's at 100% and you're using it, and keeping it plugged in so it doesn't fall below 100%. That's like a very bad combination, the full charge and of course the heat that will be caused by the usage, and of course you keeping your iPhones in your hand, that will cause a lot of stress to the battery and of course help the battery wear down really fast. Now when it comes to charging your iPhone to 100% or charging it overnight, of course it is good if you charge it overnight, always with battery health turned on, optimized battery charging turned on, which can be found here under battery health. So if you're trying to charge your iPhone overnight, you should always do it with optimized battery charging turned on. This will save your battery because it doesn't let it charge to 100% until it comes the time that you have to wake up. Then of course your iPhone will know your routine and will do that, charge to 100% only like a few minutes before you wake up in the morning. And now let me show you guys some battery charging tips and tricks. First of all, if you don't want to let your iPhone go over 80% of charge, you can do so by going to your shortcut app and go ahead and create personal automation. Go right here to battery level and set it up like this. So just move it at 80%, tap next, and right here you can add an action like maybe speak text, and then right here you can say whatever you want like battery charge or stuff like that. And once your iPhone's battery is at 80%, you will get that right there. So you tap on next, disable this, click done, and you're good to go. Now you have set up an automation which won't let your device charge over 80%. And other tips and tricks when charging your iPhone's battery: always make sure that you keep your iPhone, and whenever you're charging it or even not using it, always make sure that you keep it on the right temperature, because extreme heat and cold will damage your iPhone's battery a lot. So it's best to keep it between 32 and 95 Fahrenheit, that's 0 and 35 Celsius. And also, if you decide to use your iPhone while it's charging, it's okay to do so, but just make sure that your battery is not at 100%, because I know people are charging their iPhones, they want to keep the battery at 100% and they will let it plugged in while they're using it, and it's of course at 100%. That will cause a lot of damage to the battery. So make sure if it's 100%, make sure you always unplug your device. And even if it's not and you're using it while it's charging, make sure that you don't do any heavy tasks that will heat up your iPhone a lot. And of course, always make sure that you're using only genuine chargers and cables with your iPhone. As I showed you guys, I have great battery health right here on my iPhone. Always use the Apple chargers and cables, and of course I get a great battery life. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. This is why you should never charge your iPhone to 100%. That will wear down the battery of your iPhone, and in the lifespan of the battery will be much shorter. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you will find it helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Again, don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy the video and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you on the next one.